What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. We are back for Young, Famous, and African Season 2, Episode 2. So we start off, it is the aftermath of that that awkward party that nobody enjoyed, right? So Swanky is meeting up with, child, let me get my list of names, honey, before I forget the names again. Nadia, child. He's meeting up with Nadia, and he is upset. He said, I felt like I really treated my friend wrong. I invited Boulain there, and, I'm excited for her to meet the group, and, and just as I'm introducing her, y'all get up and walk off. Well, Swanky, the reality of the situation is Annie left. Why? Because you were being mean to Annie. Nadia left. Why? Because Boulain is her ex-friend and also the ex-girlfriend of her now boyfriend. Okay. And then Zari got up and walked off because she just said she don't like her. Okay. And so Swanky said that he just felt some kind of way. He said, well, what is going on with y'all? Like, what is the issue with you and Boulain? And Nadia was like, listen, that don't matter. It don't matter why we not friends no more. Just know that we not friends. And it is what it is. I don't feel no kind of way about it. But, I don't rock with her. And that's just that. So I feel like, I'm going to just say this right now. If everybody just don't start talking about what the issue is, I'm going to be very irritated with this show very soon. Okay, I like the show. But Swanky don't want to talk about what happened with Annie. And now Nadia don't want to talk about what happened with Boulain. Okay. Now, while Swanky is having this conversation with Nadia, we have Annie, Kaylee, and Zari talking. And they're basically doing the same thing. They're regrouping, figuring out the whole situation. And Zari, she said that she gonna have herself a party. She gonna invite everybody to come to this party so they can all clear the air. Because she said she's just sick of it. It's just too much going on, okay? Now, then we see Diamond. Now, Diamond had made it down to the studio with Miss Fanta. Now, remember that Fanta is the dance hall queen, but we found out that Fanta is very sexual, okay? And her and Diamond are in the studio, and they are flirting. And he talking about what he want to do to her, and she talking about whether he can do it or not. And she even sat there, he talking about something, he like a woman that squirt. I said, what? I said, this the kind of conversations that we gonna have, that you sitting here telling this girl that you like women that squirt? And she said, well, I don't think a man has ever taken me there before. She said, I do a lot of pretending. I said, is this the kind of conversations we having now? But anyway, child, so we already see which direction that's going in. Now, while this is going on, Zari is having a conversation with, she's gone out to tea with Nadia, and we meet Lewis. Now, Lewis is one of the new people on the show this season. Lewis is an entrepreneur. Lewis definitely thinks that the sun sets on his ass, okay? When he walks into a room, everything stops, okay? He really thinks that he is all of that. And what was really funny is that Nadia really knocked him off of his pedestal real quick, because he was like, yeah, we've met. Because, Zari introduced them, and she was like, oh, it's nice to meet you. He was like, we met before. She was like, oh, we did? He said, you don't remember I was in your video shoot? And she was like, oh, which one? And he was like, you the song for such and such, and it was a snake there, and you were all scared of the snake. She was like, oh my gosh, yes. She said, I was terrified of the snake. Now, while they're doing this, trying to figure out, so she can try to figure out how she knows him, he's in his confessional talking about how her people begged him to be in the scene, wanted him to style her, but he wasn't available, but he said he could shoot the video. But it's funny because she doesn't even remember him. So now I'm thinking, are you as big of a deal as you think you are? Because how she don't know you? How she don't even remember who you are? So then she gonna say, oh, you were an extra. Yeah, there were a lot of extras there that day. I'm sorry. I said, oh, now you're, oh, okay. Now, Zari tells him, I'm sorry, no. So Zari gets up to go do whatever, child. And we found out that he got beef with Diamond. Come to find out that him and Diamond once dated the same woman, and either Diamond stole the woman from him or he stole the woman from Diamond. But either way, they got beef, okay? And he, talking about how Diamond ain't this and Diamond ain't that, and if he see Diamond, it's gonna be a problem. And Nadia is like, okay, well, Diamond is my friend, and Diamond is good people, so I really need y'all to figure this out. I need y'all to work this whole situation out because Diamond is my friend. Now, while all of this is going on, the rumor has spread that Tubaba then got another woman pregnant. And remember, he already had children outside of their marriage, and they renewed their vows last year, and he was going to do better. He wasn't going to be out here in them streets no more. But now all of a sudden, the rumor is that he done got another woman pregnant down in Bangkok, okay? Now, everybody automatically assumes that Annie done went into hiding because can't nobody find her. She ain't answering the phone. She done left town. She done went back to Lagos, and don't nobody know where Annie is. Even Swanky, who I appreciated Swanky in this moment, because even Swanky put his beef with Annie aside, and he called her and said, listen, whatever me and you got going on, it's not that important. I want to check on you. I just want to, call me. I really feel like we need to talk. Here's where I got mad at Annie, because later on we see Annie check her voicemail. Now Annie said that it's all a lie and her and Tubaba are good, and they've been basically sitting back laughing at the blogs. And now she mad at them because she's like, basically all of my friends are believing it. Like, they're all assuming the worst intentions about my husband. And I feel some kind of way about that, because I'm like, why all of a sudden now, like everybody just believes my husband, ma'am, because he done it 5 other times. Like, if this was his first time in the blogs, that would be a whole different conversation. But ma'am, this is not the first, second, third, this is the 6th time that he is out here in these streets. So, like, I don't understand why you don't understand why your friends believe it. So now she like, I don't know who I can trust anymore. And she listened to Swanky's voicemail, and she was like, whatever. I said, girl, you better sit down somewhere, because Swanky is your friend. Because he mad at you, but he put his feelings aside to reach out to you. Anyway, so while this is going on, child, we got Diamond finally meeting up with Ndele. Now, Ndele is like, listen, at this point, me and him just need to talk. I felt that he felt some kind of way when we was down to the party, so we need to go ahead and we need to clear the air. And Diamond basically said to him, listen, of all the women in the world, why I had to be the mother of my children? Like, you're my brother, you're my friend. And at the end of the day, and I feel like this is bigger than Diamond being jealous, because what Diamond said was pretty much, Ndele is a player just like me. So if you want to go out here and break hearts, break other women's hearts. Don't break the heart of the woman that is the mother of my children. Do I think some of it is jealousy about maybe him still having some feelings for Connie? Yeah. But I also think part of it is, look, I know you are out here in these streets just like I'm out here in these streets. So don't do that. Like, if you want to do that with somebody else's woman, Now, Ndele was like, well, you told me that you can't see yourself coming home to her every night, and you don't see yourself being like a full-time dedicated husband. So, I mean, I'm looking for that, I'm looking for that. He said, but you know what? If it bothers you that much, if it's really an issue for you, then I'll step off. Like, I'll step off, and I will walk away. Like, if it's really that big of a problem, I'll walk away. Diamond is like, I hear what you saying, but I'm still really feeling, I'm mad because I feel like we shouldn't even had to have this conversation. Like, you should have already known that she was off limits, but I appreciate it. But I'm kind of like Diamond, like, that was a little too easy for me. Okay? So then we see Swanky meeting up with Fanta, and Fanta is like, listen, what's up with your friends? Because that party was dead. It was a whole lot of going on, and who's who and what's what. Like, what's going on? What's going on? And so Swanky is sort of giving her the breakdown, and she lets him know that her and Diamond were kind of flirting or whatever. And he was like, look, Diamond the playboy. He out here in these streets, okay? Dang, I keep getting the names mixed up. Zari is Diamond's baby mama. Connie is the other one. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna get it. Child. I don't know why I can't get Zari and Connie. I keep mixing the two of them up. But anyway. And Fonta don't seem to think it's an issue. She was like, what's the big deal? Like, I don't see what the problem is. You know, his baby mama can date whoever she want to date. Diamond shouldn't feel no kind of way about it. And I don't see what the issue is, you know. So we just, it's just a lot of these scenes. So ultimately, we see Naked and Dele and Diamond, they go into the gym, child. We see Naked, and Naked does look like he's lost some weight. Naked said he's trying to get in shape, honey. You know, he said he don't like this dad bod he been carrying around. You could definitely tell he's lost weight since season 1. So basically they're talking about Diamond and Dele clearing the air, and Diamond was like, yeah, we cleared the air, but you know, I still got my eye on him. I'm still got my side eye on him. And then Ndele shows up, and they basically talk about Annie and Tubaba. And, of course, they're all upset, and they're like, you know, damn, like, we really, you know, and Ndele is like, at the end of the day, Annie, I'm going to always protect Annie. I'm going to always make sure that Annie's in a space where she's protected. Like, you know, I don't like thinking about Tubaba still cheating on her and treating her badly, but as long as I'm around, I'm gonna make sure that, you know, she's gonna be respected by the group. You know, ain't nobody gonna, you know, do nothing to put her in a bad situation. But everybody is getting ready for this party that Connie is throwing. Connie is throwing the party, and she is calling it the mask off party, because she said at that last situation, everybody had their mask on. Everybody was coming through with the bull hockey, you know. Everybody was coming through with the bull hockey, and so we all, you know, we're taking our mask off. So, of course, everybody is showing up for the party. Now, she asked Lewis to show up as to sort of be like I don't know, she said she wanted him to come out at a certain point to try to break the tension or something. I don't know what her thought process was, other than being messy as hell, because there was really no reason for you to invite Lewis. There was no reason for anybody to invite. Well, she didn't invite Boulain. Boulain was not invited. But even Fonta didn't need to be there, because if y'all were there to clear the air and hash out issues from last season and within this friend group, then there was no need for you to invite new people, which is really how everybody felt. So everybody's there, everybody's coming in, you know, everybody got they best looks on, honey. And Lewis ends up coming out early, which I think he did on purpose, because she was very clear about when she wanted him to come out. But he came out early, which, again, like I said, I think was on purpose. No, let me rewind before it even get to that. Everybody is showing up, you know, blah, 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 blah. So when Zari shows up and then Dele is there, of course, he tries to greet her like, hey, how you doing, ma'am? And she was like, ma'am. Well, he was like, madam. She said, madam? She said, oh, that's where we are now? She was like, oh, so obviously you must have had your conversation with Diamond, and Diamond got you acting like this. Okay, she said, you know, and then Ndele apologizes to her. She was like, you don't have to apologize. There's no need for you to apologize. He was like, no, I need to apologize because, you know, this whole situation, it was a lot. And, you know, I shouldn't have put you in that position. I shouldn't have, you know, put any of us in that position. So, no, I do owe you an apology. Now, mind you, Ndele was on his best behavior. The problem is Diamond walks in and sees Ndele and Zari talking. And, of course, he automatically gets an attitude about it. Now, Naked comes over there, and Naked is trying to get Ndele to walk away from Zari, because he was like, look, Diamond done walked in the room. You know how he feel. Y'all know y'all just had this conversation. Just walk away so he don't feel like y'all over here doing something y'all don't need to be doing or talking about something y'all need to be talking about. And then Ndele was like, listen, I'm a grown-ass man. I told him that I was going to step off, but at the end of the day, I mean, we're still friends. We still know each other. We're going to have a conversation. We're at a social event. We're not off by ourselves somewhere in a corner. You know what I'm saying? And Zari was like, I don't really care about how Diamond feel one way or the other, because I like you. You like me, unless, like, I don't see what the issue is. Okay. Swanky even walks up to to Ndele and tells him the same thing. Like, listen, you know Diamond feels some kind of way. Like, just don't let just let it go. But anyway, so after this, you know, Annie shows up, and of course, Annie ain't speaking to Swanky, you know, and all that good stuff. So Connie comes out there, and that's when Connie is like, you know, trying to talk to all of them. And while she's trying to talk to them, Lewis comes out. Like I said, he comes out early. You know, he totally missed his cue, but I think he did it on purpose. But he comes out early, and Connie is fussing at Annie, and it's like, well, where were you? Why didn't you, you know, you could have called me and told me you were okay. Something, I've been calling you. You're not returning my calls. Like, you left town. You didn't say anything. And she was like, that's real fake of you. And Annie was like, fake? What do you mean fake? She was like, that's very fake of you. Like, why would you do that? So she decides that while she's introducing Lewis, which is what she was supposed to be doing, she starts going off on everybody in the room. She starts she tells Annie and Swanky, she said, y'all are fake as fuck. Annie was like, what? Then she says to Andele and Diamond, y'all are fake as fuck. Now, Annie is like, this is the ultimate disrespect. Like, how is she going to talk to me like that? And Dele said the same thing, but then Dele stood up and he said, hold on. Because his thing was, it's bad enough for you to come out and talk to us crazy, but now you're talking to us crazy in front of strangers. Like, we don't know him, and we really don't know her like that. Like, not to be a part of the friend group. Like, we know who these people are, but not to be a part of the friend group. Like, how dare you chastise me? First of all, I'm grown. Second of all, how dare you chastise me in front of people I don't even know like that? And so Ndele stood up and was like, so y'all cool with this? Like, y'all cool with him talking to y'all like this? Or her talking to y'all like this? And that's where the episode ended, child. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, child. We're going to try to get into episode 3. All right? Talk to y'all later. Peace.